welcome to... God damn it. Here, how do I... Hold on. No.
Nope,
damn,
you just
I
made it worse.
Swim. Yeah, there we go. Hi, all. Welcome to Hot Cut Tap Podcast episode, and I can't get the music to stop. Episode 147. I'm your host, Bill Dean, of course, here with my three co-hosts. Actually, two. We're not going to have that dirty, devil's loving SOB on this podcast. I'm your host, Bill Dean, of course, here with
Bring me
Shrimp
back.
and
There I
Short
am.
Guy.
There I am.
You can find and little
And the
Steve.
banner. Nice.
Oh,
You know, you guys are all wearing hockey. I thought we were. I ripped out the dogfish. Anyways, find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Please leave us a 5-star review if you'd be so kind. Gentlemen, I would ask what you're drinking today, but I know what you're drinking because I am also drinking the same thing.
That's better.
Everybody, uncork your bottles and present. It would be
Present them.
Festina Lente from Dogfish. It is a delicious, right lusty ale made with honest-to-goodness local peaches, malt, and hops. But it's an American wild ale brewed with Delaware peaches. Steven, you brought him up? I forget who brought it up. Who gave us this?
Schmim.
Yeah, Shrim. Thank you, Shrim.
I cleaned out the
make
makeup store at the time.
Not really.
It's actually Shrim's
nice.
only beer that he had left in his apartment, so that's why he asked us if he wants to drink it
True.
together.
And I had to drink it out of a wine glass. I have no other glasses.
Well, that's not bad. Wine glasses are pretty good for
guess. But whatever.
sours. But as
All
you
my
can see,
others
us all
are
pouring into
glass,
different
but-
glasses. I got an IPA glass, but I just like the shape of this glass, and Steven gave it to me, so I was trying to
No,
show
what a
him.
pretty color.
Represents all your
yeah,
brands.
pretty color. Look at
Short Guy, I'm
this.
not
Look
sure
at
if I
that.
like it.
Right, perfect.
I'm going to say that right off the bat.
You're not sure you like it?
I'm not sure you're going to like it.
Not sure if you're gonna like
I'm probably not, but I'm going to drink it anyway.
When has that stopped us before?
Has it ever stopped me before?
it. Yeah, that's delicious. That's a good beer.
Nice and tart.
Festina Lente.
Cheers, Mitch.
Not to be confused with Festina Pesce, which is the one they used to have in bottle.
Lente was first.
Lente was first?
Yeah, but
Mhm.
so they've had Lente, they've had Pesce, they've had regular Festina, which is in the can version, right?
No,
What other ones have they had?
that's not correct.
What?
They've literally had
I
Festina
like
Lente.
Steven's short and direct answer to you. No.
All right, let me try this. Let's see if I like this. Here we
They had
go.
Festina Lente, and then they released Festina Pesce for a while, and then Lente was off the shelves for a long time, and then they came back with it. And Festina Pesce you can find in summer variety packs. Which I wish that they would release their own 6-packs or 12-packs or whatever like they used to, because it is probably my. Well, it's. I think it's the first sour beer I ever had. It's definitely the first sour beer of memory that I remember, and I immediately loved it.
You
Brings me
you
back.
are all
to good old
wrong.
days.
You're
Why?
all wrong. Shorts guy enjoys this.
Oh.
Oh,
Turn in a different corner here. Who is this shorts guy?
I don't know if I
Drinking
turn a different
sour
corner,
beers.
but this one is. But I love peaches, so that could very much be the case here.
I think you do like Pesce too.
I do. This is good. I'm glad we chose this tonight because it was just sitting next to my kegerator.
And Dogfish
looking
does
at,
does sours
Schwinn
so
finally
well
had a good idea.
because they don't throw in a whole lot, just like a boatload of things just for the sake of doing it. But that's just kind of what they do, off-centered, whatever. But a lot of their sours are just like it's a sour beer, and they add like a thing or two, and it's wonderful.
I like it. I'm very much a fan, and I'm glad we did this. This is plus I love the bottle too. They always have such cool labeling and all. Their small batch stuff is just so cool.
Yeah,
It's so dangerous to go there. I am upset, Stephen, that we missed Pickle Day down there because that would have been a good time. Pickle Day would have been a lot of fun.
I'm trying to find because I thought, Pickle Day is always a very good.
Melvin's trying real hard to sleep on a very small box.
Well, if I fits, I sits.
He doesn't so much fit. He's gonna try.
No, we used to have our cats used to be 2 cats in a 1 cat box. They would cram themselves into a box, and that was the
Billy
that was
Dean's
the phrase in
researching
my house.
something. I'm not entirely sure
Billy
what.
Dean
but
is Billy Dean is researching
waiting.
something.
We're
Yes.
waiting for this.
Makes sense.
I wish
hit
we had
us.
some
They-
researching
they-
music.
They
You
have
should play some
Festina
research.
Pesce coleslaw. I just saw Festina Pesce coleslaw.
What?
Interesting.
Mm.
And they
A
have
recipe?
glasses that. I guess so. Yeah. And it is vegan, Stephen.
Yay!
No mayo.
And then no mayo.
Good.
Festina Fizz. I don't know what that is. I can't click on this link, but I'm on Dogfish's website. You can take a look at it. Not too bad. Fish Finder. They have where you can get local beers, or in general what they're brewing. Obviously, go tours if you can get down to the place. But yeah,
Man, we
2023 releases: 120, 60, 90, Blue Hen, Bodegoza.
We tried that.
Um,
That was really good.
Yeah.
What the
That
So
hell?
was
did Dean.
good.
He had it the other day, but it was from who'd they partner with to brew that? I forget. who they partnered with.
Talea.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
I don't have it around my desk here.
Catchy Chorus. Have you had this one?
I have.
Official beer of Record Store Day for the 8th consecutive year. Which
Never have.
unfortunately they don't do beer to drink music to anymore, which was fantastic.
That one was really good.
Well, the thing
Um,
that you keep bringing that up, and there was at least 2 different styles. I forget it was 2 or 3 years in a row they did it, and you can't just say beer to drink music to was delicious because it was literally different beers all.
Well, what was the one that followed
Last
up?
One you tried.
Yeah,
They
it was
were
the
all
one the
fantastic.
fruited.
I love them.
Yeah, but what was the one that they mimicked? What was the beer that I always like?
I think it ended up
Was the-
becoming Dragon and Yum Yums.
Yes,
Didn't you like
Dragon
the
yeah.
romantic chemistry or whatever that one was called?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
That
Romantic
wasn't-
Chemistry
that wasn't-
also really good.
Yes, but that wasn't a beer to drink music to.
No, I know,
that
but I'm
wasn't.
just saying.
Yeah.
No, but I
Romantic
thought beer
Chemistry.
drink music too was
Remember Dean
was
drooling over that one around the
successor
same time.
to another beer that I
Beer
liked.
drink music to the
Was that
first one
the
that they released was a
Aprihop?
Belgian something. No,
What did
there
Aprihop
was
become?
a successor
Or-
to Aprihop.
Aprihop is
remember
just
what that was.
Aprihop.
Yeah,
I think I still have
No,
a can of
it's gone.
Aprihop. I think I still have a can of Aprihop downstairs.
You
yeah, you
do?
should drink it because they don't age well.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll
drink
drink
out of
it.
the bottle.
and I'll
that is
take it
empty.
if you don't want it.
No, I know you'll take it. I just need to drink it.
Slightly
I may have
Mighty
had the-
Worldwide Stout, Tasty Traveler Lager. I haven't had that. Lager.
Lager?
I don't know why I said that.
Lager?
I haven't had that one. Unora. Steve, have you had that?
I don't think so. Has it released yet? I don't
60
know if
minutes
that's
in
released
Italian.
yet. Una Ora. Yeah.
Unora.
Nice.
No, Unora.
Okay.
Brewed with the finest Flint corn polenta. Offers everything from a Pilsner, malty sweetness, crisp finish. Interesting.
I
I'll try
still
that
would love, and I doubt they'll ever do it again. I would love to try. What the hell was the Peruvian beer guy? I can't remember.
Chicha.
Oh,
Chicha.
Chicha.
Yes, I would love to try
We
that
had
if
it.
they ever did that again.
yeah, it was good. Me, Steve, and Kevin went down there, got a bunch of bottles, brought them back.
Yeah, I don't know that they would do it again because of the process it takes, and I don't think the
Yep.
staff
Yeah,
very much enjoys doing it.
I don't think
Did
they
you-
like that very much. They could
Did you guys-
definitely get fans to do it. I'm sure fans would do that on
I go down and do it.
I'd go down and
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, if they give me.
I'd
if
do it
they
for
give
Well,
me
not
beer.
everyone
You're
can
gonna
do
have
it.
to pay me.
Remember, it's certain people and their enzymes, right? Can or can't.
No, I don't think so because that's
I
not
didn't
at all
think-
what happened in Peru.
I'll have to
In Peru,
rewatch that
they-
episode. I've got that that
Yeah, the Dogfish
DVD
episode.
series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, guy. What about in Peru?
No, in Peru, when the where it originated, the chicha beer, it was just local tribesmen and townsfolk that would do it and make it. So they weren't analyzing anyone's enzymes or salivary glands or anything like that.
But didn't they say that was part of it in the documentary that
Well,
some people had that
it's-
I don't
enzyme
recall.
or
I
something
actually
that
never
makes
saw
it
it. I
break
never
down
watched
easier?
the documentary.
Oh, it was actually pretty good.
we should gather one night and watch it.
We should.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
We
there was
should.
something
More-
about like certain
more
people
still is-
had it, some certain people
Mhm.
didn't.
People named Bill weren't allowed to do it.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Probably. I mean, I don't want to do that. I don't want to chew corn and spit it out anyway.
That's boiled.
Yeah, it's pretty gross when you think about it. I know
Yeah,
it's
but
boiled, but it's still pretty
Everything
gross.
dies. Everything dies.
Mm-hmm.
Still someone's saliva.
It's very unique.
It is very
It
unique.
is.
Uniqueness.
And there wasn't as many. I actually wish it was more strawberry, but I
If you
understand
think
why
that's
it's not,
gross,
'cause
if you think that's gross, William, you should find out. You'd be surprised when you find out where your lactose comes from.
Oh, here we go.
I don't even want. I'll tell you guys the story offline. My daughter. Oof. All right. Pumpkin Ale, Shelter Pale Ale, Sequench, Nordic Spring. We've all had these. Pennsylvania Tuxedo, which is one of Steven's favorites. Namaste, and then the Mandarin
It's
and
like
Mango
drinking
Crush.
a Christmas tree.
Oh, what?
All right.
Pentux?
Yeah, PA Tux.
They brought it back. We're gonna have to go get a 4-pack
Yeah.
and have a. We're gonna have to get a 4. Have to have that one of the
Pennsylvania
episodes
style lager?
more towards Christmas.
Can we only get that in Pennsylvania?
No,
we
they're
could.
distro-ing
We go
it.
to the lake house.
We're distro-ing it.
We could go to the lake house and do a little
We
Pennsylvania
should go to
style
Philly
lager.
and drink it.
Why would we
Ooh.
go to that hellhole? I cringe when I have to go there every year.
Congratulations, Philadelphia, again for handing San Jose their first win of the season.
It is an absolute
Yeah,
fantastic.
Throw that
All
in
right.
there.
Let's get to what the tap for today's episode. Here's our weekly snapshot. There's a couple things, pretty good stuff that happened over the weekend and just in hockey in general. The titles, who's laughing now, we'll get to that in a little bit. But Dallas putting seven spot, or actually it was 8 total goals on the Minnesota Wild. But 7 of those goals happened between power play and penalty kill. 5 power play goals, 2 shorthanded goals. Dallas throwing an absolute bomb on the Minnesota Wild, and that was just one of those you watched it, and it was a complete beatdown on special teams. So I know that was something that I wanted to get out there and talk about.
I think Philip Gustafson is like statistically one of the worst goalies in the league right now, isn't he?
Yes, yeah. After pretty much showing himself the
He
starters,
played that game.
He'd be worse than Mac Black.
Yeah, it's
Worse
tough.
than who?
Worse than Mac Black? Because Mac Black is just
Mac Black's
happening.
goals against and save percentage obviously are a little rough, but I think like goals, expected goals, save, all those metrics,
they're weird.
They're weird because I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
just in a nutshell, why they're weird because it's like high danger chances, right? And how they calculate those, like the high danger chances are like the shots within like I forget X amount of feet from the net, right? And that shot could be like a complete whiff that just like foul tips into the breadbasket, and that's considered like a high danger attempt, which goes to be used in those analytics. But a Alexander Ovechkin bomb from the dot would not be considered a high danger chance because of the distance from the goal that it is. And I would say that one is way more high danger than a lot of those ones in close. So I don't know. Those metrics are weird, but I think weird. I was looking at something, and I thought I saw that Gustafson had some of the worst stats in the league as far as those stats go. Not your typical goals against.
He's definitely been bad.
Where do you even find those stats? Is it on the NHL?
I just randomly come across them. You got to go look for them. What is it?
On Twitter.
Natural Stat Trick or something?
Natural Stat Trick.
Has a lot of them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got a lot of those stats.
What a catchy name. Yeah, the last 6 goals of that game, 5 of them were Stars goals, and 1 was a Minnesota goal.
Yes.
All of them were power play goals except the last goal was a shorthanded goal by Dallas. That's freaking nuts. They were all power play goals from the second period on, except for that shorthanded goal at the very end of the game. Poor Marc-Andre Fleury.
Did Math start?
Yeah, he played the whole game.
Oh my God, he played the whole game?
Yep.
Trying to look for what goals against are.
Stat trick.
Goals against. Ugh. Man.
All right. Also wanted to touch base. We obviously were on Friday night. The Let's Go Devils podcast debuted their signature beer and crew brew at American Whiskey, and it was fantastic, great event. We obviously got to sit down with the head brewer. It was Dave,
Brian.
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 Sorry, Brian.
Brian.
And I chatted with him for a little bit afterwards. Hopefully, we can get him on the podcast, talk a little bit about brewing. But
Yeah,
great
we'll get him on.
event. The towers that Sam had out. Sam, 100% awesome.
He went all out on those
setup
towers.
that he had
They were
there.
Sam went
fantastic.
all
He did.
out. Sam's
Towers-
won a tower
Towers
for
were
a
so
long
cool.
time.
And like I said, the beer was really good. We had a great time, over American Whiskey. I don't know how you guys did at the game afterwards, but I enjoyed the event prior.
There was a game?
It was a good time. Yeah,
that's
there
right.
was a game. Did you guys win or lose, by the way?
Well,
We wound up in a
lost.
suite though. That was cool.
We did.
Yes,
at the
you
end.
did.
You were in a suite?
Yeah.
Shockingly, Marty disappeared again, apparently.
No, not Martin.
Marty's MO. Where's Marty? Where's Marty?
All right, so at the White House, the Stanley Cup champions were honored, Vegas Golden Knights. That happened this afternoon, or this morning / afternoon. Joe Biden was joking, about ignoring his sagging poll numbers in Nevada and thanked the NHL's Knights for their role in helping the city obviously recover from the 2017 mass shooting. It was a good time to see all the, Vegas fans out and, a couple of, memorable quotes from the team.
And good friend of the Let's Go Devils podcast was there today. Sean Burke, former Devils Sean Burke,
yeah.
current goaltender coach for the Vegas Golden Knights. He had the honor of being there, so he posted that on Instagram. He seemed pretty pumped about that, which was pretty cool to see that. I guess they gave the president a golden stick or something as well, along with the typical jersey.
Jersey.
They give the president
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
I think these teams that win.
Pretty cool.
A little bit of a sad note: former Flyers goaltender Roman Chikmanik passed away at 52. We watch him with the Flyers and Kings, right? And an all-star, two-time Bobby Clark Trophy winner, which is the team's MVP. I don't know if I saw, exactly the cause of death, but I know that he was having some issues.
Yeah, as of yesterday, they
And-
didn't say what a cause of death was, which makes me worry what it was.
Yeah, unfortunately. Beyond his numbers, which were really good, he's all the fans loved him, teammates loved his personality, he had a good style. He really had a lot of pride in his work. Led the Devils led the Flyers to 3 straight playoff appearances and 2 100-point seasons as the Atlantic Division title. Him and Robert Esch, right, were the two guys that won the William M. Jennings for fewest goals scored against during the regular season in 02-03. So 52, too young, but I just wanted to get that out there.
I think
well.
he was a runner-up also in for Vezina the one year.
Yeah,
I think was
he
it his first year?
Might have been. He was.
Because I know he's an
He
all-star.
was
I think his first year.
I think he was Was it? Did I see he was drafted at age 29?
Yeah, I think he was drafted like real late.
Yeah, I want to
later
say
in
he
his
was
career.
drafted at age 29, which is crazy.
He loved using his head. He loved using his head to make a save. That's the one thing I remember so much about him is he would use his head to make a save as much as possible.
Yeah, he was drafted at age 29 by Philly.
Damn.
Wow.
That's crazy. He was 6th round, 171st overall in the 2000 entry draft. I wonder what took. I guess maybe because Czechoslovakia. Would there have been Russian issues with him coming over at that time, 1999?
No.
Maybe they had his contract for so long.
Could have been a contract.
Yeah, his first year.
Discovered.
Yeah, maybe. His first year, Vezina runner-up, Hart Trophy. He was number 4. He had a 201 goals against and a 921 save in that first season. Second season, 205 and a 921.
I don't know how because I don't even think like you reach a certain age you don't have to be drafted.
Yeah, that's why I was
really
wondering.
You're just signed. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. Maybe
So
the
you're
rules
saying
the
there's-
rules that was before the CBA also. So who knows how? I don't know how it worked back then. So
So there's still a chance for Shorts guy.
I don't remember.
There
Still a
sure
chance
is.
for-
I don't know.
He might be draft eligible next year.
That would be
Alright.
pretty funny. Draft eligible Shorts guy.
There you go.
At what? Would you be the oldest drafted player of all time at 44?
44.
You idiot. I know I'm older than you by not that much. Holy crap! What
Yeah.
an
What a
Um,
jerk. Real
Seriously.
jerk.
Yeah, we call you a friend.
Yep.
Good,
Unfortunately,
I'm glad.
I'm glad you're wearing that sweatshirt.
So am I. I'm glad I'm wearing this sweatshirt too.
Yeah. All right. Another fun thing which Ray is already on Facebook Lives kind of brought up. The lovely Edmonton Oilers. I guess the question is, and the news over the weekend is that they fire their head coach Jay Woodcroft, and they bring in my AHL coach,
Mhm.
Knobloch, Chris Knobloch,
Chuck Knobloch.
and
Mhm.
yeah, Chuck.
I didn't
He's
know
back.
anything about hockey.
In hockey form.
They also fire assistant coach Dave Manson on Sunday, despite an abysmal 3-9-1 start from an Oilers team heavily favored, right, to be at least in
worst
the
team in the
Stanley
league
Cup.
right now.
Yeah. Listen, this team and another thing we'll talk about is Connor McDavid in a second, but this team is clearly in the completely wrong direction, and they're looking to make some moves, whether it be young players coming up or even looking at trades already. They've already talked with I think it was Calgary about both their defensemen, Tanev and I forgot the other guy's name. He's going to be a UFA, but Tanev and a couple other players. Thank you, Zadorov, as well as some goaltenders here and there, and with a team with the two best players in the league, and they have the two best players in the league, in Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid.
World.
For now.
Yeah,
For
in
now.
the world. Yeah. Are they? Yeah. Are they going to be sellers? Could you see them trading one of these two big players, or
No,
someone like Nugent
no.
Hopkins?
Not this year, at least. Not
Maybe
this
the
year.
Nuge. Maybe the
They're gonna
Nuge,
try and
but
figure it out. There's still time.
there's
way.
obviously still
Still
time.
somewhat early.
And you look at the West. The West is such a crapshoot right now.
Yeah, it really is.
So especially the
Vegas.
West,
that
there's
division.
kind of around.
Yeah.
And it could be as I think. So I still think they're a very flawed roster, and they still refuse to address what they need to, and addressing goaltending, which is what's their number one thing to address. They go out and they find Jack Campbell, who's now living in their minors, so probably for
Bakersfield.
the rest of his career.
Getting shelled down there, too.
Yeah, lit up.
So it can take something as just like bringing in a new coach to turn a team around. So it could be that simple. But I know people thought that they were going to go all the way with this roster. I don't unless Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are otherworldly, which they have been,
Which they
and
are.
which they're currently,
Yeah.
They
so
are,
they're
yeah,
kinda,
they really
they're
are.
Kind of
The rest of
not
the team
as
is-
far as their standards go. They're not living up to them, I guess, which is kind of sad to say. But unless they're completely carrying this team, that's the only way this roster, as constructed, will win. That's it. But like I said, they could turn around and make the playoffs just by simply firing the coach. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to solve their overall problem.
In the Pacific, you got Vegas at 25 points. You got Vancouver at 23, and then the Kings at 19. They're 8-3, but Ducks 8-6, Kraken 5-7. Kraken have not been good as well. Calgary 4-8, and then finally Edmonton at 3-9-1. They're at 7 points. So yeah, they can come up, but I do like Vegas and Vancouver to stay where they kind of are. I think those are two very good teams. My boy Thatcher Demko is lighting it up, and it's going to prove Steven wrong and give me an Arizona. Western Conference,
Arizona.
Dallas, and Arizona.
I really like
Arizona.
LA, by the way.
LA
Just
is
as a
good.
side note.
Yeah, they have
I
scoring.
like LA.
They're
right
very
now.
sneaky. They're sneaky good.
Yeah. Plus 14. San Jose Sharks. You want to talk about plus minus? Anyone want to guess what their plus minus is right now? Through 15 games.
Are they
Minus
28?
28?
Minus-
No. Short guy?
48.
Close. 49. Minus 49.
Oh,
Damn.
my goodness.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're Mac
That
Black. Well,
is
when you let
so
up
bad.
10-2 in a row, you're at least going to be above the 20s. Holy
They're
crap.
averaging
And then that goal. Go ahead.
1.2 goals
Yeah.
per game.
Ugh.
That's abysmal. The next closest team
Yes.
to them is minus 16.
Yes, and that's their own and their own division.
That's
Edmonton Oilers
Edmonton.
minus 16.
My God. Did you see that
Meanwhile,
goal?
the plus side,
Did you see
plus
that
side,
goal that
plus
Anaheim scored
33
against
for
them?
Vancouver. Yeah, that was Radko Gudas, which we'll get to in a second. Was that Radko Gudas? No.
I don't know who it was, but it looked terrible.
Hold on. It was Radko Gudas. I have that pinned, and I'm pretty sure it was Radko Gudas on. Oh man, I put it on the drive already. Great podcasting right here as I'm fumbling.
Seriously.
Trying to figure out.
We need some researching.
We do. Sorry. It was the Ducks on San Jose Sharks. So Radko Gudas takes a shot from the point, and it literally flutters in the air right over top of the goaltender's pads and into the net. You got to watch it. It's a very funny like spiral goal, and it's the most Radko Gudas goal of all time.
I know another certain team that would have a goal like that scored on them.
That's true. And it's if their goaltender could only stop it, it'd be really nice, right?
That would be nice. But
it would be nice.
Let's not badmouth Mike. He's not here.
That is true. Don't badmouth Mike.
Seriously. It's that damn toothless goalie that's a problem.
Dallas Stars, 21 points in the Western Conference. They're first in the Central. Avs are behind them at 16, so Dallas is a little bit of a buffer. They've played great. Colorado, a little bit of 5-5 in the last 10. 2-game losing streak. You got Winnipeg Jets, then St. Louis Blues, who've turned it around a little bit. St. Louis, Torrey Krug, who's a effective 0, has played well his last about 5-7 games. Arizona Coyotes pushing for a playoff spot at 15 points. And then finally, Nashville Predators, 10 points in last place with the Chicago Blackhawks at 5-9. In the East, it's a lot more competitive. The lowest scoring team has 12 points, which would be 7th in the West. That being Ottawa Senators and Columbus Blue Jackets. But in the Eastern Conference Atlantic Division, Boston Bruins at 24 points, 11-1-2. Florida Panthers 9-4-1, 19 points. In the Metro, New York Rangers 11-2-1, 23 points. Hurricanes, Capitals, Devils falling behind 18, 16, and 15 respectively. And gets into our title, Who's Laughing Now? Obviously, I just put it up there because it's funny. But Alexis Lafreniere has had a very good couple games, actually 4 games in a row. He's got points in 4 straight. He has, I believe, 4 goals and 3 assists in 4 games, including the game-tying goal last night and the shootout winner, which was, and I texted this to Steven, it was Sid-esque. It was a beautiful backhand, and everyone knows Sid for his backhands, and rightfully so. He's ridiculous. But it was an absolute thing of beauty. I don't know if you guys get to see it. But even more impressive was the game-tying goal before that with 11 seconds left. The puck comes from the point off of oh man, who's the guy they just added from Washington? Why am my brain?
It's not working tonight, Dean. What's the matter?
It is not. I'm terrible right now. Shoot.
It's beer. It's affecting you.
Gustafsson. Eric Gustafsson.
Seriously?
Sorry. Shot from the point. It goes right to Chris Kreider, who nifty little pass over to the left, and Laff taps it in. Artemi Panarin, 24 points in 14 games. He's got 14-game point streak right now. He has been lights out. And I think that's, from what I was reading, that's the hottest start to a NHL season, 14-game point streak. So Panarin's played well after shaving his head. He's really serious about this. So
Yeah, until the
Gents.
playoffs.
yeah, until the playoffs, then grow it back out. Exactly. What do you guys got? Anything on teams in general, or you want to talk Rangers? You want to talk Edmonton? Anything that really sticks out to you guys?
I like it. He's like, do you want to talk Rangers? Do we want to talk Rangers?
No.
Do you want to talk
rebut.
Rangers?
You
Do
can
you
tell
not
me.
want to talk
You
Rangers?
could tell me. You could tell me how bad my team is, or what you guys think about my team. That's fine.
I don't think your
I
team
think
is
it
bad.
sucks.
I think they're doing. Obviously, they're doing well. You look at their record, but they're not really talked about, which is strange,
I love it.
right? There's a
Good.
lot going on in the
Stay
league.
that way.
And there's a lot of focus on some specific teams, but like I feel like if you're not really
Devils,
paying
those
attention,
plucky
you would be
underdogs.
surprised. I feel like if you're not really paying attention, you'd be surprised to hear that the Rangers are in first in the Metro because you're just like, oh,
Mhm.
okay. Unless you're passionately following the league standings, what have you. But sometimes there's oftentimes I don't pay attention to standings. I look at scores, goals, stats, watch games and play, and I don't really pay much attention to positioning, even with Pittsburgh, until obviously the playoffs approach.
Yeah, it's pointless.
But yeah, it's surprising. I was like, well, I mean, I've known now for a little while, but like I think when they were like maybe last week or something, I was like, oh wow, the Rangers are doing pretty well. I didn't even realize.
Mhm.
And also, I think part of that is because they had a big West trip and they were playing late, and I wasn't really paying much attention to those games. But I don't know. I think mostly with a few exceptions, like obviously we didn't expect Edmonton to be this bad. I think the league right now and positioning is kind of playing out how we thought it would, for the most part, and teams and wherever they are. Except obviously we didn't want Boston to be where they are, but here they are again.
Nope.
No, I know. I don't know how they continuously do it. Boston just continuously finds a way. And it's annoying. Like it's real. Like last year, they were supposed to suck in the beginning of the season.
Well,
and then they went and had
I
one
don't
of the
wanna-
best points. It's like
I don't want.
know.
I mean, I said it. I said it last year a couple times. I'll say it again. I think they have currently at this point at this stage probably the best coach in the league.
yes, yeah, I get that.
And I think that really
Close.
makes all the difference.
Yeah, it's close. I mean, I think I would still take John Cooper, but it's close. Yeah.
I'm talking this.
Um,
I mean, he's the latest Jack Adams Award winner, and
Yeah.
look at Boston now. So I think currently, I'm not talking about accolades and what they've won. I'm talking about like right now,
Well-
at this point in this season, which coach is doing the best job at their job. And
I guess my
Jim
rebuttal
Montgomery.
would be the guy.
It was all last
would be
year
the-
and this year.
What about the guy they fired and who went on to win a Stanley Cup and is now first in the league in
Yeah.
points? Bruce Cassidy.
No, I
That
also
is a very good
agree
rebuttal.
with that too. It is a great rebuttal, and obviously, winning the cup is like obviously that's the
Yeah.
ultimate accomplishment there that he
Yeah,
won the
he's
cup.
the last laugh.
But Jim Montgomery just brought Boston to the best
That's right, he
record
did
in
that, didn't he?
NHL history.
Yeah.
So that's also something, that's a
Yeah,
major
no.
accomplishment also.
Well,
But yeah, obviously the Stanley
To be
Cup is
top
what you
3,
want.
top 4 is I'd put Cassidy. I'd obviously put Montgomery. I'd put Schwimmsboy any day of the week. And then I guess who would be the fourth guy? Rob Brittamore?
Probably.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
a
real
pretty
good
good
one.
They've been pretty.
Brittamore or Dallas?
consistent.
Who's Dallas's coach?
good.
It's
Is it
shoot,
DeBoer?
who's Dallas's coach?
Yeah,
DeBoer.
No, it's not
Yeah, it should
DeBoer.
be
It's
DeBoer.
wait,
It's
I
DeBoer.
thought
Oh, good old Pete DeBoer.
yeah, that
More
would not
research
put Pete
music.
DeBoer there. Yeah, no, it is Pete DeBoer. Yeah, I would not put him as top 4. I forgot. that
What
he got
about
fired
Paul
from-
Maurice? What about Paul Maurice?
He's top 10. I don't know if I'd put him top 5, top 4. Trying to think of other coaches.
Gallant for what he did for the Rangers last year?
Ugh. Yeah, now. But what's his name? Bednar from Colorado is absolutely a good coach. I'd have him up there
He's
too.
good too, yeah. He's good too.
St.
Still have-
Louis
what's the
Blues,
Berube?
Berube.
He's on the hot seat
He's-
big time.
He is
Now
on the
he's
hot
kinda
seat,
cooled
that's
off.
for sure.
because they're playing better, but he was
Still
on
think
the
he's
hot
a-
seat.
Yeah,
Big
I still
time,
think he's a
but-
pretty good coach, though. And obviously,
Yeah.
I'm always been a big Mike Sullivan fan, so I know Steven, it's been tough the last 2 years, but I'd take him in top 5 any day of the week. I don't think there's a question.
I still think he is too, and I don't think like when they started as poorly as they did, I don't know that I would necessarily. It's another instance of a coach being there for a long time and you start to lose.
Yeah,
But you're also seeing
message.
something like, yeah, but over the last couple of years, you're starting to see, flaws in his coaching style as he's more scrutinized because they're not doing as well, and refusing to sit players who shouldn't be playing, refusing to play players because he keeps playing those players, refusing to get these young guys or guys that are, at least trying to make something of a career because Pittsburgh doesn't have the deepest prospect pool. And I understand that. And their AHL system last year was completely abysmal, but they have some guys that I think warranted a chance. And he, refused to bring them up. But part of that also was, cap situation. But yeah, there's flaws to his coaching, but like any coach, they have the same, there are flaws. But I'm just saying, going back to what I originally stated, like I think Mike Sullivan, John Cooper, from what they accomplished over their entirety of their careers, will be considered, two of the better coaches to ever coach.
Mhm.
But right this minute, I think Jim Montgomery is the best coach in the league. Still.
All right.
Which is why Boston is still doing so well.
All right. Here's a question for you. Would you put this coach in the top 10 of coaches? And I know it's premature, but I'm starting to like what he's cooking.
Here we go. Peter Laviolette.
Yep.
No. Martin
Martin
St.
St. Louis.
Louis.
Yeah, I knew it.
First, hold on. So last, he started his career 2021, 2022. He picked up the last 37 games. That team was awful. They went 14-19. Last season, he goes 31-45, but at the end of the season, you could start to see them moving a little bit. This season, his team's surprisingly in decent shape, especially with the talent around him. 7-6-2, 16 points, technically two points out of the wild card race.
Too soon.
We all agree the Montreal Canadiens roster stinks. It's not good. But he's coaching them up. No love for Marty?
Like, you're calling top 10 now?
Yeah, top 10 coach. Yeah. I mean, what are the rejects?
I think he's doing well for what he has, but I don't see that he's doing I don't see him doing anything outstanding. Like, he's coaching he's coaching terrible. He's coaching terrible rosters to be mediocre instead of completely awful. I don't know if that is an accomplishment.
That's good though. How's it not?
He can somehow,
I guess.
He might be able to coach us to
being,
being, award league winning,
I'm not saying he's a bad coach. He's certainly not a bad coach, but he's not really. I mean,
he's
like
an up and coming. He's an up and coming. He's
created a mediocre
doing good
team.
Things.
He took a team full of nothing and made them mediocre. I mean, that's not going on anybody's resume.
No, it's not that it's not a good accomplishment. He just it's still early in the season. Like, where people are panicking that, their teams suck right now. And it's still early in the season to kind of give him those accolades. He hasn't been doing this
very long either.
Exactly.
I guess it's more of when I look at the coaches around the league, I named like 7-8 guys that we were talking about as like top fives. And I look through the rest of the list and no one steps out, right? There's not, you look at, Florida Paul Maurice, we said he was in there, but Detroit, Toronto, Keefe, Buffalo Sabres, Ottawa Senators, Capitals stink, Devils, okay, if you want to put him in top 10, or he's right on the verge, right? But Flyers, Islanders, Blue Jackets, like there's not one coach here that I'm like, oh, he's better than, Marty St. Louis right off the bat. And that's, it's an indictment on the league and just retreads and the terrible coaching that they're able to find.
Oh, it is. It's retreads.
Yeah. But that's why I guess maybe
I can't remember his name. Who's coaching the Ducks?
Oh yeah, he was. He's been in the league for like 50 years. Just doing like a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
This is finally his first.
I would argue that I think he's doing a better job than St. Louis already.
About the same record, identical records. I would say Anaheim has a better roster than Montreal.
Yeah, I mean they have similar situations though. I mean you're dealt the hand that you're
No,
dealt,
Anaheim's
right?
much more ahead than Canadians.
Well, they had
Anaheim
similar. I mean, the Canadians had a number 1 overall pick. The Ducks haven't.
You're Slavkovsky.
So that's something.
Yeah, but
And
I'd take Leo Carlson over him any day of the week.
I would too, but
that's
like,
not-
yeah, I mean, also Slavkovsky.
But even as a prospect rank,
Slavkovsky is granted. I don't think they're developing him correctly. I think that's being shown right now. But
Yep.
I don't know. You could fault that on St. Louis as well. Like, why is he so, again, mediocre? When I don't expect him to be, nobody expected him to be a superstar, but I don't think he's showing much of anything. Like, what is his identity? I don't even know what it is. Like, what's he going to be? Is he going to be top 6? Is he going to be middle 6? I have no idea. I have no idea what this kid's game is. He just kind of goes out there and, just plays.
Get out of Montreal.
Yeah, he's also still very young and on a horrible Montreal team.
Yep.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's why I said he's not developing properly.
They have one good player. Like, who else on their team is good?
I mean,
And
obviously,
for the record that they have
when you say
with that one player,
when you say their best player is Nick Suzuki.
Well, they're getting a lot out of Sean Monahan now.
Caulfield's a superstar. He's their superstar. They need to build around him.
Oh, I think Suzuki's better than Caulfield.
Suzuki's complementary, I think. I think he's very good. He's a complementary piece with Caulfield, but Caulfield's your superstar.
I think Caulfield's like a poor man's Brock Besser, to be honest with you. Like, he'll be
I would
good.
agree.
I mean, Besser's having a phenomenal season right now, but
or a poor man's DeBrincat.
Yeah. And DeBrincat's having an awesome season too.
Monahan's having a great season.
Monahan's playing well. Yeah.
That's Monahan.
I like Suzuki. Does
he had so many seasons where he was terrible, but he did have like 1 or 2 seasons where he was great. Always on Calgary, right? And then they're awful, or they get to Calgary and then they're awful. But yeah, it's another team to talk about what the heck's going on there.
Everything dealing with Calgary is bad. When you go there, you play bad. When you stay there too long, you end up being really bad and go somewhere else. And
you don't want to be there, which sucks because I want Calgary to be a good team. Like,
want out of there.
I would. Yeah, well, and apparently the Devils are one of 3 teams going for him. So
crazy how quietly.
Hard on him too.
How quietly everyone always wants out of Calgary. Like, quietly, it's just like everyone wants to leave, and it's just like, and why?
Well, not Zadorov. Zadorov's being
he loves it there.
Pretty, it's I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Zadorov asked for a trade. Didn't Zadorov ask for a trade? I'm pretty sure he's asking.
Yes,
for a trade.
he did. Yeah, he's asked for a trade.
So he wants out.
He wants out. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's.
But also the entirety of Calgary wants him out as well. I think Noah Hannafin, right? True. He was another one that was rumored to leave.
Yeah, Hannafin. Yep.
I
think Jonathan Huberdeau definitely wants to leave.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
What a mess!
Like I said last week,
watching him sit that bench without playing, it just we've bad. I want to say we've all been there, but man, that would just look bad. Like being
I've never
some of us more than others.
Per se, I just never played. So I had to. I had to have played.
Is that
benching
or is that? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, how does that work? I've definitely been punished multiple times.
Being allowed to play.
I've been pulled. I
even got benched on our men's league team. That's how bad I am.
Yeah.
And I pay for that.
Yeah, I think Steven as a GM was ready to bench a lot of us last week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Steven could have cut the whole team last week. He would have.
It was close.
One thing that I never noticed is that the Pittsburgh Penguins never retired Jaromir Jagr's number 68. I had not known that until I see the article that came out on the 10th that said they're going to retire it on February 18th. Pittsburgh, I'm coming home, and obviously Jagr had his social media post. I know that no one's worn 68 since he left, but how was that not retired earlier? I know he's playing in another league. I understand, that's why the Hall of Fame doesn't have that.
Because he hasn't been retired. there's always the possibility of him returning. So until you retire from playing,
Yeah.
then your jersey gets retired. Because if there's a chance, if you retire a jersey and then he comes back and plays, as unlikely as it would be.
It's like a Michael Jordan or what's his name?
But they did. They retired Jordan's number and then they came back.
I know, and then he
Well,
came
they
back, and then
retired
whatever,
Lemieux too.
and then Kobe Bryant did the same thing too.
Yeah, Kobe.
Yeah, they
You know,
retired
it's-
Lemieux's jersey, but obviously that's special circumstances. But it wasn't like
Mhm.
I mean, there was the likelihood of him coming back to Pittsburgh was even smaller. But just if they come back to the league, so it's basically I guess now he's 51 now.
Yeah, 51.
I'd still like to see him play
Yeah,
one
something
more
like that.
game. Come back and play one game.
That'd be fantastic.
I
Why
could
not?
see
Yeah,
maybe.
He's
You
gotta
know
be
what?
better than
I could
some of the other
legitimately
schlubs from
see.
the bottom.
He's better than
I
Jeff
could-
Carter.
Yeah, well,
He's
There
better
you
than
go,
Jeff
right
Carter.
there, right there,
Yes.
right there. You play.
I
play
could
for one game over
legitimately
Jeff
see-
Carter.
I could legitimately see Yager coming and being one of those players that signs one of those 1-day contracts, but actually legitimately playing one last game.
Yeah, he actually.
I see him
suits
looking.
up.
I see him looking. Yeah, no, I could see him actually being that like not these the BSO. I'm going to sign a 1-day contract to retire as a Devil or whatever. Like I can see him like legitimately signing like a week-long contract, going to a couple practices, playing in a game, and then at the end of that, announcing the retirement and actually doing it the right way. Like it's
team-
altogether possible with him, and he'll do it at like 65 because he's just some
He
kind
would.
of a machine.
The team
And
will try to sign
he'll
him.
still
to, like,
score. He'll still score.
The team will try to. They'll try to sign him to that 1-day contract, like thinking that like, oh, he's just gonna retire a Penguin, and he's gonna suit up and be like, Yarmir, what are you doing? He's like, what? I got a day contract. There's a game today. I'm getting ready for the game. What? It's like, no. We don't want you to actually play. He's like, no, that's too bad. I'm playing.
Yeah.
He'd do something like, no,
Win the lineup.
Yarmir's playing.
It would
Yarmir's
be
playing.
must-see TV. You know, like the ratings for that. Like if Yager would just to play one more game or something, and they put
Oh
it
my
on
gosh, yeah.
on whatever ABC or whatever the hell
PBS or
channels
whatever.
they show
Yeah.
hockey on now.
Man.
That'd be
Yeah,
good.
I would watch. I would absolutely watch.
Yep.
I saw that
Everyone would.
though. I'm curious, Steven, are you going to try to go?
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try and look up and
It's on
see.
a
I know
Sunday.
that. Yeah, and tickets like as soon as it was announced, tickets were skyrocketing. So
I'm sure.
maybe after like the frenzy dies down a little bit, I can find something that's slightly more affordable. Like I said, when I go to Pittsburgh, I go to games. I try to make it like an all-out trip where I try to go like two rows up from the ice and spend the $250 a ticket or whatever the heck it is. But I think I'm just gonna try and find a seat. Yeah, I think I'm gonna guess. I think I'm just gonna try and find like a seat and go because that'd be a good one to go to. I would love to. I mean, he was my, once Lemieux was gone, he was my favorite player for a long time. So until
He was my favorite player
shattered
on
my hopes
Pittsburgh.
and dreams and my heart and
Well,
soul and
Always
everything
wanted
else.
him to come to Tampa at a trade
Freak-
deadline.
Yeah,
I
well,
loved
body
when he was a
never happened.
Ranger. I loved when he was a
him as
Ranger. He was
Devil.
awesome.
Schwim, you're the only one who was not able to
Have,
get a Yager bomb.
Lovely.
I was so close to one year. He got traded to Florida. and I
Yager
was like,
bomb
you
T-shirt.
could have come friggin' down a little bit over to Tampa, who has a better team. I think that year they had a better team.
You blame
Yep,
the GM
no
for
Yager-
that.
Yeah.
No,
Stupid GM.
no blue and white Yager bomb shirt for Schwim.
Nope.
Yager,
have to do
51, played
Yager bombs
1,700
himself.
games over 24 seasons. He ranks fourth all time in games played and goals, 766 and fifth in assists, 1155. Only
Imagine
Wayne
no
Gretzky,
lockout
2857, has recorded more points than Yager with 1921. Think about that.
Imagine
Yager, 1,921 points. Crazy. Gretzky still has 900 more.
But just imagine what
Imagine
Yager would
he
have done
kept
without those two
playing.
lockout seasons.
And that.
Yeah.
No lockout.
player in-
playing in the NHL.
No player in NHL history has more game-winning goals than Yager's 135. So clutch.
What's the next one down? So he has 135. Do you have the next one down or no?
Give me a second.
Do 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 do.
I think it's
It would be one Alexander Ovechkin.
How many's he got?
He has a total of 124. He's 11 off.
Oh, he's
Gordie
right there.
Howe
could-
had
he
121.
Ovechkin could catch him.
Yeah, Ovechkin could catch him. The second, Steven, guess who's the second leading
no.
active game-winning goal scorer?
Jeff Carter.
Jeff Carter, 88. Crosby. Oh, how poetic is this? Guess how many Crosby has?
Never again.
87.
87.
87. Crosby's got 87. I like it. So please, Crosby, take over. And Malkin then sits at fourth with 83. Oh, that's
I hope
great.
Jeff Carter-
Schwimmer,
I hope
Stammer,
Jeff Carter gets one
sits
more.
fifth,
Stammer's up there.
active.
Nice.
I don't know that
Yeah,
Jeff
fifth
Carter's going
active.
to play
Ooh.
another game.
Oh my God.
Let alone
Bone
score another goal.
Storm would sign him. Bone Storm would sign him.
Yeah.
Of course we would.
All right. You guys got anything else?
I
You sure
do.
about-
I do. I
yeah,
saw. I saw Schwimm's guy. Vassy was on the ice today.
He was.
So
Sure was.
Schwimm is almost going to be happy
Coming
again.
back. Hopefully,
Almost.
Coming
I will
back.
be, because the team, they need it. They need it. Not him coming back like they need good goaltending. They need some sort of spark, and him coming back will hopefully maybe light a fire under the ass because they look awful in their last couple games.
You're still in the wild card spot though, right?
I don't know. I think it's us and Toronto right now. The two wild cards.
Yeah.
Or somebody else that might be tied. Yeah.
Who's 2 and 3?
So
See, exactly. Just like going on before. I don't pay attention to standings. whatsoever.
Boston,
Who's 2 and 3?
Boston,
Planning.
Boston, and
Well, it goes
Boston's
Boston,
one, and
then it goes
Florida and Detroit.
Florida, and
Florida.
Detroit. Yep.
Detroit. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Detroit surprisingly.
A hell of a
Quickly,
lot
my
then.
3 stars of the week: Reinhardt with 10 points, Kyle Connor 8 points, 5 goals, Nylander 7 points in 4 games. My 3 stars. No one cares.
No. it's not-
Yeah.
You sounded like
They're doing that-
what's his face from The Departed.
Oh yeah.
When he's talking, he's like, "Oh, I forgot what he says," but he's like, "Well, I shouldn't repeat it because he drops an F bomb." But friggin', what's his face?
Fudge.
What's his name again? I can't. Alec Baldwin.
Baldwin.
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing. He's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
go f yourself."
Yeah. Global Series going to be happening in Sweden. Leafs are going to participate.
Yay!
That's pretty much it.
I hate
Yeah.
the Leafs.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
right.
I got something else.
Shoot.
I'm going to say it before it gets out of hand or if it doesn't go right. But your Rangers suck, Bill Dean, and I can't wait for Saturday so I can say that even more.
Yeah. Well, you know what's going to suck about Saturday is that the 2 best players, or possibly the 3 best players on both the teams combined, are not going to play. Because it sounds like Hughes isn't going to play, Fox isn't going to play, and Shesterkin might not play.
Apparently, rumor is Jack might be joining
Yeah?
the team in
We
Pittsburgh.
could just reheard him again. Okay.
On the 16th.
So yeah, your Rangers suck, Bill Dean.
We'll see.
Even if the Devils lose, your Rangers still suck.
Yep.
Sorry, I love you,
See.
but your Rangers suck.
We'll keep seeing what happens. Let the teams and the Cards play as they will. All right, gents. We pretty much
Hey,
know.
Dean, zone a bet on the game.
Sure. So a bit.
All right, zone a bet. All right,
Um,
I'm gonna go buy it tomorrow.
Christina, obvious. Yeah. Very good beer. I'm pretty sure we'll all agree. 4.25,
I love
4.5. It's within those
Yep.
that range. It's really
Yeah,
good.
I'd give it. I enjoy it.
I'll go 4-5.
Ooh.
It's delish.
Schwem, take it home.
He left it.